Welcome back to our biology baking show. I'm your chef, and this time we're looking at the recipe of Heredity. Beginning with our meiosis recipe, this produces sex cells or gametes. Inside a gamete we have chromosomes that are haploid, which means they're unpaired. There are two parts of this recipe, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Meiosis 1, we can remember ingredients with IPMAP. Interphase, we duplicate DNA. Prophase 1, we now have homologous chromosomes and spinofibers have formed. Metaphase 1, our homologous pairs move to the equator. Anaphase 1, centromeres attach and move to the opposite poles of the cell. Crossing over can occur. Telophase 1, the cell splits into two with unique daughter cells. We have meiosis 2. The ingredients are just PMAT. Prophase 2, DNA will not duplicate, spindle fibers will still form. Metaphase 2, the homologous pairs move to the equator. Anaphase 2, the pairs are pulled apart into sister chromatids. Telophase 2, cell splits again into haploid gametes. Genetically diverse gametes we can sprinkle in 3 different types of variations: random assortment, random fertilization, and crossing over. All of this together makes our gametes. Next, our genetics recipe is long and complicated. Oh look, it's our carriers of genetic information. They are very important and very ancient. We will use this bag of genetic information, which has our alleles. Usually this recipe follows the Mendel's laws. There's other ingredients that don't follow these laws with inheritance of multiple alleles, like when recombinant alleles are heterozygous and combine with a recessive trait and a dominant trait into one, just like these flowers. There's also polygenic genes. There's also X-linked recessive genes, meaning this will highly affect our males if they eat this. But don't worry ladies, your other X chromosome means you'll less likely be affected by this. Adding DNA from chloroplasts and mitochondria. You don't have to run to the store to get mitochondrial DNA, just ask your mom for it. When you're cooking, be sure your alleles are in the conditions for your desired genotype. If it doesn't matter to you, phenotypic plasticity will happen. This gives a nice flavor of diversity, which expresses genes differently. However, we have to be careful of not adding too much of a condition, for example, baking it at a high temperature, as it could decrease variation and turn off specific genes. Lastly, before this recipe is complete, we have to add our chromosomes. You can see the chromosomes are necessary for the recipe of life by considering this karyotype here. Similarly, genetic disorders such as Huntington's disease and sickle cell anemia can also be added. It is inherited from a single mutated allele or chromosomal change. Those are acquired tastes, but I don't want that in my human, so we'll leave it out. And boom, you have your recipe for Heredity.